Did Tylenol cause autism? Here's what the best science actually says. In 2025, a US president stood at a podium and told pregnant people, "Don't take Tylenol," claiming it greatly raises autism risk. Medical groups, scientists, and the autism community all pushed back. This video unpacks 3 things: what was actually said, what the latest research shows, and how major health organizations and autistic people want you to understand this debate. This is educational only. Always talk with your own clinician about medications. When a world leader says Tylenol causes autism and there's no downside to avoiding it, it does 2 dangerous things at once. It terrifies pregnant people, and it quietly blames autistic lives on an everyday medicine. The question isn't whose side you're on. The real question is what the evidence says, and what experts who work in pregnancy and autism actually recommend. First, the evidence. Some earlier observational studies and meta-analyses did report an association between frequent acetaminophen use in pregnancy and later diagnoses like autism or ADHD in children. But association is not causation, and those studies couldn't fully account for genetics, illness, or family factors. More recent, better-designed work has stepped in. A 2024 Swedish sibling study of 2.5 million births compared brothers and sisters, one exposed in pregnancy, one not, and found no increased risk of autism, ADHD, or intellectual disability once family factors were controlled. A 2025 review in the British Medical Journal reached a similar conclusion, suggesting that earlier signals likely came from confounding, not from Tylenol itself. Because of that mixed but improving evidence, global health bodies have re-reviewed the data. The World Health Organization states there is currently no conclusive scientific evidence that acetaminophen use in pregnancy causes autism. The American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists and similar groups in Canada, Europe, and Australia say the same thing. Acetaminophen remains the first-line pain and fever reliever in pregnancy when used as directed, and a causal link to autism has not been established. Untreated high fever and severe pain, on the other hand, are known risks for both parent and baby. Even the FDA's 2025 notice to physicians is careful. It acknowledges that some studies describe an association, but clearly states that a causal relationship has not been established and that there are contrary studies in the literature. The agency is exploring label changes to reflect uncertainty, not issuing a ban. Uncertainty is not the same as proof that Tylenol causes autism. So where does autism actually come from? Large multinational studies show autism is mostly genetic, with heritability estimates around 70 to 80%. Environmental factors matter too, but they ride on top of strong genetic foundations, not on a single over-the-counter pill. WHO and many others also remind us that vaccines do not cause autism, and pinning autism on common medicines or shots has been thoroughly debunked. When public figures frame autism as a preventable side effect of Tylenol, they misrepresent the science and send a hurtful message that autistic lives are a mistake to be avoided. Here's the core truth. Some early studies saw weak associations. High-quality sibling studies and updated reviews now suggest those associations were likely due to genetics and family background, not Tylenol itself. Major medical organizations worldwide continue to recommend acetaminophen as the safest first-line choice for pain and fever in pregnancy when used as directed. That's the nuance missing from viral sound bites. If you're pregnant or hope to be, YouTube should never replace your doctor. What this video can do is lower the guilt and panic. If you took Tylenol in a past or current pregnancy, current evidence and expert consensus do not say that you caused autism. And if you're autistic or love someone who is, your life is not a tragedy or a pharmaceutical error. Autism is a valid neurotype that deserves support, not fear campaigns. What did you hear about Tylenol and autism, and how did it make you feel? Comment below, especially if you're autistic or have been pregnant. Your story matters in this conversation. Share this video to replace fear with facts and to remind people that different brains are not a disaster to be prevented. They're human beings to be supported.